Hello and welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on this Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan. And alongside tonight, Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, with Adley LaForce reporting from the sidelines. And checking out some numbers for him.
And when it comes to his scoring, he's enjoying a fantastic run. He's brought his points per game average up thanks to the work he's done in the past 10, and maybe he's got another big one in store tonight.
Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Johnson and Okongwu man the post position. Alexander Walker in at shooting guard and Reza Shea at the small forward. And for the Heat, Bam Adebayo is out there with Wiggins. Then it's Mitchell. Then it's Tyler Hero. And it's Powell in at the three, the small forward. And the NBA starting, Greg, to enter the third act of the regular season. A lot of teams looking for that extra gear right now.
Yeah, some fans might think that everything is decided at this point of the season, but there's a lot of games left and nothing is.
Johnson. Here's Reza Shea, guarded by Powell. Got that bucket in no time at all.
And the fireworks begin. Should be an amazing show tonight.
Yeah, and it's important to get that first score quickly and establish your game.
Here's Alexander Walker. He's covered by Hero. Back to Alexander Walker. And a miss there on the triple. Now the Heat with it. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Really a disappointing effort. That game could have and should have been closer than it was.
Yeah, look, that's not the kind of performance they would have liked. But the one good thing about this league, the next game's always right around the corner.
Now, Alexander Walker. After Norman Powell missed from long range.
Well, in that two-player action, I really like Okongwu as the captain. He moves really well.
Now, here's Mitchell. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
Yeah, a bit of a slow start here. They're 0 for 4 to begin the game.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
Well, a sharp start for them. 3 of 4 from the field.
And Stan, we know Jalen Johnson comes from a basketball family.
Well, they did a great job, Kevin, of teaching him the game because Jalen Johnson can really play. And I'm sure everyone in his family is extremely proud of what he's doing in the NBA.
Now, here's Mitchell. Pass to Powell. Shot to stop the run. Nothing that time. He's 0 for 2.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an 0 for the first 5 here to start the game.
Johnson with a screen on Hero. And it's Johnson with the jam.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little more.
Now here's Powell. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. Just 5 on the clock. To the middle. Here's Adebayo. Okongwu grabs the board. The Hawks leading by 9. Here's Reza Shea. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And so Eric Spoelstra will call a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. Taking a look at Miami. The season well underway, and they've been solid in third right now. And, of course, there's the Hawks. Just a few spots below there.
And right now for the Hawks, most of the preseason predictions were right on the money when it came to them. I mean, a playoff contender, but not necessarily championship caliber.
Well, sometimes those teams that are on the edge can be the most dangerous. They play like they have something to prove.
And here is Johnson following the three-pointer by Andrew Wiggins. Hero looking over the defense. Pass to Adebayo. Wiggins outside. Adebayo with pass to Reza Shea. Johnson with a screen on Powell. And then Johnson with the dunk.
A wiry athlete, Jalen Johnson. 2 loud points.
Mitchell kicks to Adebayo. Adebayo with a screen for Hero. The shot by Adebayo, no good. Here's the Hawks with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run here. Okongwu with a screen on Hero. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
Now, Hero, 17 points in his last outing. Here's Adebayo. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Back to Alexander Walker. Okongwu was screen. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here, and he makes that one. Okongwu's now got his 2nd basket of the night.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Powell, the pass to Adebayo. The rebound by Johnson.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
Okongwu with a screen on Mitchell. And Okongwu slams it in.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, it's not difficult to figure out why they built this lead. They have been dominant in the paint.
Again, Adebayo missing.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
Now here's Wiggins. Jalen Johnson missing his last shot. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Well, thanks. The Heat knew they needed to add more shot creation, and this summer, they went out and got just that, acquiring Norman Powell, coming off an all-star caliber season with the Clippers, and doing so without giving up much draft capital in return, or even a starter. That has to be considered a home run for the Heat.
A terrific addition. Shams Charania with the report. Hey, Shams, thanks. The Heat trail by 14. Powell kicks to Adebayo. Adebayo with a screen for Hero. They could use a bucket. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to go on Onyeka Okongwu to stand multiple defensive selections for Bam Adebayo.
Well, look, Kevin, Bam Adebayo has 3 key things for a defender. All right? He is smart, he is tough, and he is very, very versatile. He can guard virtually everyone on the floor at a given time.
Even after pivoting towards their youth, GA the Hawks last season had an improved record.
Yeah, they traded away a bunch of rotation veterans, but the young fellas showed they were ready to step in, and this group didn't miss a beat.
Here's Alexander Walker. He's covered by Hero. Back to Alexander Walker. 6 to shoot. Johnson with a screen on Hero. It's tipped and stolen by Wiggins. Pass to Hero. Back to Mitchell. The kick out to Adebayo. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called for. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
And the Hawks making a change. Simone Fontecchio. He's checked in for the Heat. Powell comes in for Hero. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. There's a good screen. Pass to Kispert. And the three ball is good. Kispert's got 5 now.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
We got Khalil Ware. Fontecchio is out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Larson in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Miami. And again, the turnover by the Heat. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been terrific at turning turnovers into points. The Hawks second.
You know, when you make a mistake against this team.
Tyler Hero, he's checked in for the Heat. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Pass to Alexander Walker. Okongwu with a screen on Hero. Stolen by Hero. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Pushes it down to finish the break.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Now Okongwu. Alexander Walker on the wing. Back to Okongwu. Rebound by the Heat. Ware's got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the inside. Jaquez.
Well, he is a gifted attacker. When Jaquez Jr. gets this kind of opening, you know what happens next.
Pass to Rizichet. Just 5 to shoot from deep. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. The Heat have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Powell finds Ware. Good ball movement here by Miami. Shot's good by Hero.
Yeah, no time needed for Hero. He's always ready to fire.
Okongwu with a screen on Hero. And the call will be against Khalil Ware. That's his 4th foul of the contest. The Heat making a switch here. Adebayo's checked in, and a switch here also for Atlanta. Johnson, he's checked in for Jonathan Kuminga. Fades away. It's hauled in by the Heat.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
Pass to Hero. Lets it go with a 3. Offensive rebound. Ware. And he hammers that one down right in the face of Okongwu.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
It is so much fun watching these guys just throw it down. Jalen Johnson can do it with the best of them.
Adebayo passes to Hero. That one falls coming off Adebayo's feet. Hero's got 5 points now this quarter. Atlanta's gotten half their shots from 3-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. And Johnson with the stuff.
Well, that's a textbook move by Johnson. Once he sets the pick, he hustles into scoring position.
Here we go, one-on-one. Oh, my goodness. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Wiggins is checked in for Khalil Ware. And it's Mitchell in for Jaime Jaquez. That's good by Hero.
Well, after a bad start, he looks like a different player right now.
Pass to Rizichet. Powell pulls it in.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Outside Hero. Back to Powell. Shot clock at 6. Adebayo with a screen for Powell. Kicks it out to Wiggins. He's got 6.
And how about the confidence efforts of Wiggins. His teammates want him to take those shots.
Mitchell with the steal. Here's Hero. He's got 8. Pass to Mitchell. Shoots the 3. And again, it's Miami with the 3.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now, Shea, guarded by Powell. Back to Shea. 5 on the clock. And here is Johnson from downtown. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Adebayo. Yes, Adebayo. Atlanta calls timeout. Sammy Jaquez, he's checked in for Powell. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Atlanta. And Davion Mitchell gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
And so here's Atlanta. Okongwu with the screen for Johnson. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
So do you sit him with 3 fouls? Big decision for his coach here.
Last outing for the Hawks, it was a loss to the Pacers in Indy.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
Yeah, when you have a defensive showing this poor, it's normally due to an overall lack of effort.
Wiggins. That one doesn't drop.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And then Johnson with the jam.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
Outside Hero. Pass to Jaquez. Misses the 3. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Johnson with the bounce pass. Here's McCollum. Pocket 6. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thank you. Bam Adebayo is now the Heat's all-time leader in double-doubles. Bam said, I want to be number 1 in some, if not all of these categories. I just have to keep improving and keep chipping away. And then it's just focusing on getting these wins. Back to you.
Good priority. Thanks so much, Allie, for the report. Wiggins with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Jaquez with the screen on McCollum. Mitchell passes to Wiggins. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Here's what Miami has lined up on their schedule. On Friday, they'll be taking on Jaylen Brown and the Boston Celtics. Then on Sunday, they'll go up against Trae Young and the Washington Wizards.
And going up against the Pelicans, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Pass to McCollum. Inside. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Atlanta?
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And something else they've done well tonight is finding points in transition. So far, the fast break has been a plus for them.
Yeah, for some reason, McCollum has always flown under the radar. But he's a constant threat to score 20-plus points, and he does it efficiently.
And he makes both free throws. And Quinn Snyder entering his 3rd full season as head coach of the Hawks.
Well, before this, Quinn had a good 8-year run as coach of the Utah Jazz, which ended when he resigned. Most coaches have a tendency toward being fired instead, but he quickly moved on in Atlanta.
The shot by Adebayo, no good.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And that one's good. Reza Shea's got 16.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Jaquez the pass to Hero. Rebounded by the Hawks. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
And it was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
Yeah, but they can expect a whole lot more resistance this time around. No team likes to lose the rebounding battle.
This one for 3. Drains the three-pointer. 5 points in the game.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Yeah, and to do it on the road, it shows how well prepared this team was coming into this contest.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks sitting pretty as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead all the way up there at 35 points. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome, everybody. The story at the half could be summed up as a dominating performance for the Atlanta Hawks.
They're breaking at every opportunity, which we are seeing across the league, Shaq.
Yeah, once the defense is set in half court, it's tougher to score.
All right, and now one of the more highly anticipated topics. Some news about trades to discuss. 4 players involved to get this one across the front office desks. Fellas, who's the biggest impact player here?
Look out. They're a very different ball club with Westbrook coming to the team. And I mean that in the best possible way. Athleticism, presence, and a whole lot of offense. Big time trade for them.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Zachary Reza has been, in a word, sensational.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
Atlanta's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. On the court right now for the Hawks, Alexander Walker in at shooting guard and Reza Shea at the small forward. Johnson and Okongwu man the post positions.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Out to the right wing. Back to Johnson. There's the 3. Drills it from outside. Johnson's got 16.
That's an assertive play by Johnson. He was really looking to answer that last 3.
Mitchell finds Adebayo. Now, Hero. Right side, Adebayo. Mitchell passes to Hero. The 3-ball. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Mitchell's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, there's the answer from Hero. One of the best from three-point range in the league.
Here's Johnson. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Johnson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
To the paint, here's Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
Well, Bam has this action down cold. He knows exactly where to place himself in the pick and roll.
It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Number 11, second personal foul. First team foul.
Powell feeling it out a bit. And there's Mitchell. That's good on the assist by Powell. 8 points for him.
That's a perfect 4 for 4 to open up the second half. Couldn't have asked for a better start after the break.
Okongwu with a screen on Mitchell. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. And Greg, everyone talks about the importance of basketball IQ. Can you win in the NBA with a low IQ team?
Boy, it would be tough. I mean, there's a reason younger teams typically don't win at the highest level, but you need to take those lumps and get that experience and learn from those lessons.
Wiggins finds Mitchell. Heat moving the ball around. Adebayo with a screen for Powell. Wiggins outside. 5 to shoot. Here's Adebayo. Rebound by the Hawks. Okongwu's now got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Alexander Walker. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
And so Miami again turning it over. And here are the top free throw shooting teams this month. You don't want to put these guys in the line too often. The Heat in second.
And they've had a lot of success at the free throw line, converting those at a high level. So I'd look for them to continue to attack the rim.
The fader. And the shot falls short this time. Left side, Hero. Wiggins outside. Back to Hero. The shot. Gets an open look and hits. Hero's got 13 points.
Well, when Hero gets his offense going, he holds nothing back. He just keeps pouring it on.
Johnson left side. The 3. The Hawks again can't hit. For Miami, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. Mitchell kicks to Powell. Adebayo with a screen for Powell. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Okongwu. Here's Alexander Walker. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And while many teams are a revolving door of head coaches, Stan, the Heat have valued continuity.
They absolutely have. Eric Spoelstra is one of the longest tenured coaches in NBA history. Only Greg Popovich and Jerry Sloan coach their teams longer. And Spoelstra has had great success, leading the Heat to 6 finals while winning 2 of them.
And so, Alexander Walker nails both of them. And GA, the Hawks going young, trying to build a sustainable model for success.
Yeah, most of their starters not yet scratching their prime, so there's going to be some growing pains, but they're showing plenty of promise.
Well, he's more than just a shooter. Hero can run offense, a solid ball-handling option.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Launches a 3. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Mitchell's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Pass to Johnson. Here's Rizachet. Johnson outside. 6 on the shot clock. Goes up on the wing. And it's Miami with the rebound. Down low. Here's Wiggins. Excellent D there by Johnson. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Hawks. Pass to Alexander Walker. Good on the three-point shot. Alexander Walker's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Sinks the triple.
Just a heroic scoring effort from him this quarter. He's doing everything he can to will them back into this game.
Here's Okongwu. He's guarded by Adebayo. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. Stands for Atlanta.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
Another place they've had the upper hand tonight is in transition. They've gotten a bunch of their points off the fast break.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Khalil Ware comes in for Andrew Wiggins, and it's Jaime Jaquez in for Davion Mitchell. Okongwu with it, now defended by Adebayo. And last season, the Heat with their worst finish in a decade. Greg, it was surprising.
Well, the Jimmy Butler saga hung over the middle part of the season. The team's best player had 1 foot out the door even before they traded him. So now this team pivots towards that younger core.
Corey Kispert's checked in for Zachary Riesesheim.
Well, when you watch Onyeka Okongwu, he's a guy who rebounds, scores, improves his game, and he's still got a lot of room to grow.
Back to Johnson, and it's Johnson with the jam.
Well, their schemes have been effective, and he's been a significant part of their focus.
Jaquez outside. Hero passes to Powell. Adebayo with a screen for Powell. Clock at 6. And Adebayo throws it down.
Oh, my. So much force in Bam's game right there.
Johnson outside. To the middle. Here's Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
You've got to be on exactly the same page to connect on that long of an alley-oop.
And even then, it's a tough play. Johnson with a screen on Hero. Lobbed up there for Johnson. It's stolen by Adebayo. Up top, Powell. Defended by Alexander Walker. Powell sets a screen for Adebayo. That one goes in. Adebayo's got 8 points here in this quarter.
What a difference a half can make. As much as he struggled in the first 2 quarters, he certainly made up for it with his play in the second half.
Alexander Walker passes to Johnson.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
No doubt how much those boards impact the overall outcome. You can't give them extra chances.
Johnson against Adebayo. Johnson with the rebound. Hawks have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. Outside, Hero. Adebayo kicks to Hero. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And Adebayo sends it back.
What a defensive force. Bam sees him cut at the rim and denies him the bucket.
4 on the shot clock. Here's Alexander Walker, and he uses the glass on the layup. Alexander Walker's got 12.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Here's Johnson. He can't get that one to fall. Great D that time from Adebayo. Here's Powell. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo. Powell's got his second bucket.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
And Atlanta will go for a different look here.
Substitution on the court.